computer.
This is the last episode.
Oh man, I'm sorry. Andres is
Sorry
ears.
doesn't unkill my wife.
It does though.
Pink lives matter. Kirby lives matter.
The inside of me matters.
What color is that?
Pink.
Like Kirby?
Mm-hmm. You know that Kirby is actually an inside-out mushroom?
Wait, what?
I don't know. I just started saying words. That's what came out.
Okay. Lightning round. Are
Yeah.
Kirby's feet shoes or his feet?
Oh fuck. Shoes. Yes, he does have feet under those. That's what I want to.
So he's got hot toes?
Yeah. Oh, for sure, dude. Kirby got toes.
Like Sonic got toes?
Hashtag Kirby got toes.
I don't know like they do. Like you ever seen like Kirby with real hands?
I have. I know exactly where.
I hate those
like,
pictures.
I know what you're referring to. I've seen all of these.
I don't like them.
I have gone through this Twitter rabbit hole.
The only good picture of like Kirby with dumb anatomy is when Bayonetta came out for Smash on the Wii U.
Yeah.
And they drew Kirby with long legs in Bayonetta's outfit and they were posing together. That was a good picture.
That's good.
That's
I
a good
like
one.
that.
Because she was like, oh, it's like my adopted mom. I'm going to pose like her because she's cool. And I'm like, hell yeah, you are.
Cool.
But I don't like Kirby with real feet.
I don't like Kirby.
Wait, I just realized, so we're talking about Nintendo characters and their feet.
Yeah.
Yoshi wears shoes. But Yoshis are born from eggs.
Mm-hmm.
So are they born with the shoes?
Obviously.
Like, okay. Second question then.
Mhm.
Was Sonic born with his shoes?
Oh, I knew you were gonna get there. No, this is actually
Is there a canon in the game's reason where he got his shoes
we
from?
know why
He upgrades his shoes in Sonic Adventure 1 and 2
Yeah,
to get the
because-
Lightspeed dash.
Yeah,
So he can suck on rings with his nose.
No, what was the shoe company that did the sponsorship with the original Sonic game?
Nike, and then he burned them because he was being racist.
Yeah. So Nike. So we know that Nike.
He took a picture for Time Magazine, then he burned them.
Yeah, Nike.
And he put them on Twitter.
Nike teamed up with Genesis. Like
Damo Genesis?
with
Of Odd Future fame? Former Odd Future fame?
With a single Genesis.
The band Genesis from the 70s that my dad likes?
Nike fucks Sega. And that's how
That
Sonic...
explains so much.
That
explains our modern political climate.
That's how Sonic was born. Now, which is the
You know
mom?
that's wrong. You know he wasn't even a hedgehog. He used to be like, what he used to be first? He was like a possum or some shit.
Yeah. Sonic, look up... Google
He was like 4 other animals before he was a hedgehog.
Yeah. Look up like all the animals that he was before. It was weird. By the way, hashtag Rystar. Yeah.
Rystar for what?
I don't
Just
know.
preserving Rystar back?
I just like Rystar.
Well, actually, that's a story that I forgot to bring up.
Oh, cool.
But
Rystar?
it's a mini. Basically, the story is Sega went, "Hey, we're doing better. We have a plan to bring our old games back."
Oh, yeah,
Basically,
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah.
what about? I don't know. What about like Shining Force
Rystar?
or Rystar?
Sonic.
People like
Okay.
Nights into Dreams. For some reason, those games are terrible, but people want them back.
Never played, but yeah.
Jet Set Radio.
Jet Set Radio.
Remember that game that everyone said, "Hey, where is it?" And then you said, "We heard you."
Is Gex a Sega
Gex
game?
is not Sega. That is super not Sega. That thing was on the fucking. That was on the Turbo Graphics for fuck's sake.
What is Gex?
Gex is
I'm
a.
gonna Google Gex.
Gex is the is the family friendly / PG-13 version of Duke Nukem for platformers.
Developed by
Where-
Crystal Dynamics.
The current makers of the Tomb Raider games.
Yes.
You know that, right?
No, but I love
Crystal
it.
Dynamics makes them the.
Hey, it was on the Sega Saturn, so
Yeah, one of them was.
yeah. You know the greatest Sega console of all time? Fuck the Dreamcast. How about the Sega Saturn, boys?
Fuck the Dreamcast because it was too ahead of its time.
It really was.
Had the best version of Soul Calibur.
What's your
on it.
favorite Sega Saturn game?
Mine's
Mine's Mega Man 8.
Oh yeah, that wasn't the Saturn, huh?
Yeah, it was.
Was that the version they ported to the collection, or was that the PS1 version?
No, they put the PS1 version, I think.
Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, why the fuck would they put the Saturn version?
I wish.
Holy shit, with that even more crunched down music.
Yeah.
Actually, what the fuck is my favorite Saturn game? I don't know. I never played the Saturn in real life before.
I haven't either. I'm just Sega Saturn
Best game.
best games.
It's gonna be like fucking Knuckles Chaotix.
It probably will be. Actually, that game is dope.
Okay, like name the. No, that game's terrible.
I love Knuckles.
The only good thing about Knuckles Chaotix is it has SPO.
Let me rephrase.
And it has-
yeah. As a kid, I loved Knuckles Chaotix.
That collection even I played as a baby boy. I'm like, this is hot trash.
Yeah.
I just want to be SPO and throw shurikens like I'm Naruto.
There you go. Gamesradar.com, my favorite gaming website of all time, not a sponsor.
They used to be really good, actually. I don't read them anymore, but I hope they're still good.
Oh, this is a list where they go backwards.
Wait, they had fucking oh yeah, the alpha games were on the Saturn. But
This
why
is a
would you
list where
play
they
them
go
on the Saturn?
backwards? So I'm gonna go to the last page.
Why'd you play the alpha games on the fucking Saturn? No, you don't do that.
Why would you play any game that you don't have to play on the Saturn?
Well, no, because they were arcade games, but they got remember the alpha games were only in the
No,
arcades.
I'm saying like okay. Oh yeah, Knights,
People like Knights a lot. I don't know why, but
Never-
the game's really popular.
Sega Rally Championship,
Oh fuck, Sega Rally, I forgot.
Virtua Fighter.
Oh yeah, well, Sega. What
There
the
you go.
fuck?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
like not
all
even
right.
jokes, because I forgot because nobody cares when I say it in my entire life.
Guardian
Where is
Heroes.
Virtua Fighter?
Dude, Guardian Hero. What is Guardian?
Oh shit,
Heroes?
Guardian Heroes. Yeah, holy
That
shit,
sounds
Guardian,
so familiar.
Guardian Heroes is rad.
I feel like I loved that as a kid. Panzer Dragoon.
Panzer Dragoon, which they never let it die, but it might as well be dead.
All right, so there you go, guys. This turned around into a happy ending where there's actually a lot of legit cool games on the Sega Saturn.
The happy ending is that Sega does make a lot of cool games. I wish they wouldn't ignore them
Street
as
Fighter
much.
Alpha 3, my favorite Street Fighter game.
It's a Capcom game, but whatever.
Radiant Silvergun.
Oh shit, Radiant Silvergun, hell yeah.
Sega Ages Volume 1. Virtua
Oh
Cop.
god, bring back fucking Virtua Cop for the fucking Switch.
Dude,
It has motion controls. Fuck it.
Dude, Saturn Bomberman.
That one's okay.
Wait, Resident Evil was on the Sega Saturn?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Resident Evil 2 was on the N64.
I know that.
And that version is hilarious because there's more typos in it.
Cool.
There's somehow more typos in the later version on the 64. It's fucking awesome.
Dark Savior. Oh yeah, Tomb Raider. I remember that.
Yeah.
Galactic Attack. Okay, now we're just getting to whatever games.
We're getting games that you have to like be there to know.
Yeah. All right, so there you go. That top 15 list was like kind of legit. Not even gonna lie. Those are some good games.
Some of them are Sega games they made themselves.
Yeah.
What about, I don't know, bring back Power Stone?
We have entered.
Remember Power Stone?
I don't.
I do, and everyone does. It was great. There was an okay port of the first game on the PSP that I played to death.
We're entering.
I miss Power Stone.
We're entering a level of video game obscurity that this podcast can no longer continue in.
I'm not even naming like obscure games. Like Panzer Dragoon is not obscure.
I know it, but like we're talking
We're talking about Gex again for the third week in a row, and Gex has always been trash.
I'm saying we're talking about the Sega Saturn in depth. Like I don't want to get farther than that. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to start talking about Game Gear games right now. Like
Game Gear is better than the Game Boy.
Yeah, it was a 1 hour battery life. Hell yeah, dude.
Had color.
It did.
And it had Sonic.
You're
and
right.
But he was blue.
Hey, look, the Game Boy had like an hour and a half of battery life. So they
No, it had better battery, but it was
Yeah.
the Game Boy. The Game Boy Color is just straight up better than every way possible.
The
But
Game
everyone
Boy-
is nostalgia for the Game Boy
I have no
for some
idea.
reason.
I have no idea why.
You see all those fucking iPhone cases? Wait,
Oh.
did you hear about that story?
No.
That Nintendo patented like a playable Game Boy case for phones?
Yes. That's kind of cool.
And I'm like, you're like 7 years too late, but go for it.
do it. Yeah.
But I'm like, what am I gonna play on that thing? I'm gonna play Tetris?
Why would I play a game
I'll play
on my
Tetris?
Why not just play it on my actual phone on the
And I'll play
emulator?
Tetris.
Oh, I know why I can't do it on an emulator. Because Nintendo's fucking suing them all.
Yeah. Well, no, remember they could just port like, hey, on the Nintendo Online app, if you have Nintendo Online, you can play Game Boy games on your phone.
That'd be, you know what? You just solved that app. You literally just made that app useful.
That's what I said like 5 years ago. And I said, if you're gonna put games on the fucking phone, just make it an emulator app.
Yeah. You're already
'Cause
selling
you have
us-
the ROMs, or you just steal them like you've done before,
You see-
and just throw them on there and make
By
your
the way,
emulator.
the amount of articles I'm seeing about the Nintendo Online service, how like those all seem like they're stolen ROMs again.
Did you see? No one talked about this. I don't think any article did. But I was like, I gotta know if they can do it again.
Mhm.
They
Seems like they
kept
are.
uploading and unlisting and re-uploading the Nintendo Online Switch, like Nintendo Online videos on their channel to get rid of dislikes.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Because fuck.
Cool.
And I'm like, oh, they did it again.
Yeah.
And I laughed. I was like, yep. That's what corporations do. It's because it's really easy to fuck with YouTube systems. It's like, oh, just go to the dislikes.
Yeah. It's really
I'm like, yeah, because it's still a bad service overall.
Yeah.
It'll be worth it in like 7 months when they add more weird shit. Like there's one thing that they added that Zelda thing.
What was that? I have it. I don't know what it is.
It's essentially it's like an easier mode for Zelda, Legend of Zelda,
But
where
it's
they give you the white sword from the very beginning, which is insane.
Okay.
It's like a late game upgrade.
Yeah.
I think some extra rubies and extra heart containers.
Oh, okay.
The game doesn't make
still,
doesn't make the game less cryptic,
yeah,
but it makes the game easier.
I started playing Legend of Zelda, obviously.
Hard to go back to without a guide or the manual.
That game's not fun, like really at all. Like I get it. I'm glad it's there.
It's crazy how open that game is for the time it came out.
Yeah, that
I never beat it. I got like to dungeon 5 and then just stops.
I would say a little too open. I'm just glad Mario 3's
Well,
on
that's why
there.
Breath of the Wild was the way it was. Like, hey, what if we did that but like designed better?
Yeah.
And they went with their own hog wild with that idea.
Mhm.
But Zelda one, you can see like, Oh no, that's why Breath of the Wild was the way it was because they want to go back to this.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
less banging your head against the wall and
Literally,
having to burn
literally,
having to burn random trees with the candle you only get one use of per screen and shit like that.
It's real silly. I'm glad
I
there's
want more weird shit like that. I was like, oh no, we look like a weird turbo version of this game.
Yeah,
for
I want.
more stuff like that.
I'm liking a lot of the. Again, remember this year of the Switch for me is a venture into Nintendo really for the first time. Like seriously, venture into it. And so I'm noticing it seems like Nintendo has a track record of doing a lot of weird stuff that people really like. I feel like the Switch is lacking a lot of the weird stuff.
Nintendo simultaneously lives in the year 2002 and 2095.
Yeah. And
it is infuriating.
Yeah, and I want more of that.
I don't. I want them to live in like in current year.
No. I want more weird stuff. Like I want weird.
You want more $50 Joy-Cons that are NES controllers that you can only use for NES games?
Okay, no, not that.
Because that's the stuff that I'm thinking of. Like, oh yeah, that's really cool in 2002.
Okay, I don't like that necessarily, but I kind of do because it's interesting seeing Nintendo
testing out what the fuck will our idiots fans buy.
Yeah, just ignore the industry entirely.
Because I have.
Exactly. And so it's I don't know, it's just fascinating to watch.
Oh no, it's always fun to watch them, but it's always like, as a consumer, it's like, God fucking damn it.
Oh, for sure. As a consumer. Okay, yeah. My consumer brain
no
is
voice
mad.
chat in game for Splatoon 2 was like, holy shit, why? Just I never played it with friends. I'm like, oh, I have to hop on Discord. I'm like, I don't really care. I'll just play it solo.
Yeah.
I was like, fucking whatever.
Yeah. Where the hell did my list go?
I do miss playing that game online though. A little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit.
Oh, there it is. Okay, let's talk. I want to talk about some stuff. First, Andres.
Carl Winslow, Black Ops 4 rolled into town.
Before I talk about Call of Duty, you talk about a game that you played.
I played 2 games, but I can talk about the game you want to hear about.
Yeah, because I'm curious.
I had time due to my weird scheduling with free time. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to buy it. I'll rent Spider-Man for 3 days. Spooderman, and I'll see where it goes.
And where did it go?
What is there? That is the ultimate
life question.
That is the ultimate like polished video game I've ever played.
Really?
Like it is the most polished mainstream game I've ever played.
It looks boring.
Like it is the most made for everyone game, but also the most put together.
Okay.
And that's a lot of good and a lot of what's not, I wouldn't say bad, but kind of like not to potential. Like for one, I think it's a really underrated feature of it.
Okay.
This game has really good accessibility settings.
Elaborate.
And what that means are things like big subtitles.
Oh, cool.
Or oh, you want to put a drop shadow, like a big drop, like a semi-transparent black box behind the subtitles so you can read them better? That's an option. Do you want to turn QTEs into just turning them off or into holds? Do you want to turn
I like games with settings.
Because you can because they had the money. It's it's big boy games, so it's really nice for stuff like that. And I got about I think it said because it gives you a career campaign progression. I think it was 67% of the game. I liked a lot of what I saw, but people said the ending of this game is legitimately really fantastic, and I want to see where it goes because I didn't get to where the stakes actually got raised until about halfway through.
Okay.
The main conflict doesn't start till about halfway through. I didn't even get to see the other villains yet.
Got it.
I only ever saw Mr. Negative, which as an idea I think is really cool.
I don't have a PS4, and so I don't have
and I probably never will.
I maybe not. I don't know. The more I think about it,
generation's gonna come up. It's closing in about 2-3 years. It's gonna kind of close up in a couple years.
And looking back, there are
a lot of great games on both those consoles, mainly the PS4.
But I'm saying, looking back, how many games do I need to play on the PS4?
Yeah.
3.
And emulation exists in a couple years if you really care.
Exactly.
If you really cared, you'd have played them at the time.
I'm so inundated with my PC at this point. There's
so lots of people.
Kind of no point. Kind of, and I'm enjoying my Switch too. It's there's no point for me to get another console. Whatever. The point is, but Spider-Man, when that game was announced, every other human who likes video games, looked at it and thought this is really rad. I wish I could play it, maybe. And then finally the game came out, and I watched a lot of people play it, and saw a lot of reviews. Man, that game looks boring for me, which is surprising because I love Spider-Man games.
It's because
I love Spider-Man.
It's doing the open world formula that you're used to, but with a lot less fluff.
Yeah,
and it's not as nearly as overwhelming. But if you've done it and you're still tired of it, you're still gonna be tired of it.
I think it's the less overwhelming part. I like open world
because
games.
the way it does okay, if you played a mainstream video game a AAA game
I have
in the past 6 years, made by either Ubisoft or Even like
yeah, I played Assassin's Creed before,
or like
Far Cry.
So like the Shadow of Mordor games do it too.
I have played that as well.
Where it's like, you know, you have it's an open world game. You go to towers to like open up like objectives and side shit.
Mm-hmm.
But the way this game, like it has the towers to like open up the map.
Yeah.
But every other mission or so for like a good half of the game, it'll unlock new side things to do, but like slowly. Like when you first open up like the big open world and you open the towers, you get access to do the backpacks, which are a thing I really like. They're collectibles that are around the map.
Yeah, I saw
and
this.
all they are either expanding on who Peter Parker is and what he's done through this game, like before the game has started, or just fun Easter egg shit for Spider-Man fans.
Yeah, which is cool.
They're they're a really good collectible. Like they actually have some substance to them. And then other than that, you get the just access to like random crimes.
Like I think the way I'm looking at this game,
but then over time, it'll unlock things like the research stations, which are like side missions to do for Osborn.
Yeah.
Or you unlock the ones that I think are really worth getting once you get there are the challenge missions, which are done by Taskmaster, which are either like stealth challenges, racing through hoop challenges, through speed, like swinging or combat challenges. And those are the most fun.
I think I would have liked this game if I was
that you've never played.
Yeah, I've never played, right? But like just looking at it, like I'm already.
You've been more interested. Is probably what it is.
Well, no, opposite. Like I would have. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I would have. I can see my like 8-year-old self, 10-year-old self loving this game, like, or being like, I need this game. Like, if this game was a PS2 game, and it almost was. I mean, there was obviously Spider-Man 2, whatever. Like, that's kind of when I think I would have played a game like this. I don't really want a game like this anymore. Like, where the open world is just kind of there to fuck around in, almost like not fuck around in, but like
it's window dressing.
Yeah, it does. Like I like games where the open world is like Skyrim or even Borderlands 2 has this a lot too. Like,
well, the towns have stuff, but most of the world is window dressing.
Yeah, where like every nook and cranny has like, oh, that's weird. I want to explore
a Bethesda
this
game.
Yeah, and like I said, even Borderlands,
which I don't knock you for.
Even if
we've gotten a lot better with detailed open world games. We're having one come out next week.
Yeah.
That's going to be all about stuff like that.
We'll talk about that. Even if, like I said, even if a game's like Borderlands 2, where it kind of had that a little bit, where and it obviously was a little bit more in your face about it, but like, oh, I killed this character and then a random like, or I just killed this random NPC and then a random like mission drops from them, and I explore that mission and I learn a little side story of this world, like little stuff like that.
You want more dynamic worlds?
Yeah, I like that. I don't like worlds that are just like, I'm here, I'm in it, and now let's just play. I want worlds where I want to, like you said, dynamic, where as I go through it, I learn more about it as I'm actually playing the game.
To be fair, how do you do that when it's just New York City?
Yeah, no, fair.
Like what?
I don't know. I'm not. This isn't a criticism of the game. When I haven't played it,
because I'm curious. I'm like, what could they?
Yeah, no.
What could they do? Actually, I'm actually kind of thinking about it.
Yeah, I don't know,
because that'd be kind of a waste of time to do that. Because like, oh, want to go hang out at the pizza place? It's like, no, it's New York. There's 1,000 of those.
You don't want to learn about this pizza place and its owner, and yeah, exactly.
There is actually a really funny bit with a pizza place that I love a lot, where I love the way they frame Peter in this game a lot, actually.
He's like a college student, right? He's like 23.
He finished college and he's working at a startup for Osborn.
Yeah.
Well, for Octavius, excuse me. And they're working on like cybernetics and stuff. He's like, I'm getting paid kind of, but I'm like almost. And there's a point where it's like, all right, I'm getting evicted out of my apartment. I need a place to stay, but I got to pick up my garbage because it has my Spider-Man shit in it. Yeah, and if that gets out, oh shit, there goes all my work. And also people find out I'm Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So there's a bit where it's like, he calls up the garbage company. He's like, oh, this number. Oh, it's going to be on this one on like something in Grand. Oh, this pizza place. No, this one. Oh, no, that one. The one, no, East Central. Like that whole conversation is really, really fun. I think the writing is like a little safe sometimes, but sometimes dialogue really, really works for me where it feels just really natural and really fun.
Does it feel like Spider-Man?
Yes.
Does the game feel like this could have been
If I'm a lazy
Spider-Man
reviewer, I can say it makes you feel like Spider-Man.
No.
Because that's the joke is that everyone is just saying that.
Yeah, no. You know what I mean? Like I'm saying, like, does Peter Parker act like Peter Parker, but like a little bit older? Does Spider-Man act?
He's not the grizzled one they're going for in the new Into the Spider-Verse movie.
No.
It is. I think he's about like mid-20s in this game.
That's what it looked like.
It is him going through a lot of weird personal issues. Like Spider-Man's thing is like it's the whole thing is like he's a superhero, but he has personal problems. Like he can't fucking afford rent, which is a really fun thing to go with.
Yeah.
He even talks about this a bit where he goes like, "Oh, cool, like a prototype plushie for Spider-Man that somebody gave to me." He's like, "I'd love to make money off of it, but I can't because to like royalties, I have to say who the fuck I am.
Yeah.
So I can't believe being Spider-Man, so I guess I'd have to like just have a normal day job.
I love that. The fact that like this game talks about royalties.
Yeah, it's
like a problem that Peter Parker is.
Yeah, it's like I can't get paid for it, so like I won't do it.
That's amazing. Okay, that I like.
Like,
I like
there are some really fun bits in it around the safe story it was kind of going for.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole like introducing who the villain is and what they do actually is a lot darker than I thought they were gonna go for. Even though it's a T game, like many people die, and it is more graphic than I thought it was going to be for what it can do as a T game.
Yeah, and
I'm a really big fan of how they do the dynamic between I forget what the female cop is that's your contact, and just you fucking around with like the police in that game where it's like, all right, next time you just not shooting me this time. Like you guys know who I am. Just don't shoot me next time. It's like, okay, cool, fine.
Yeah, that's funny.
Or there's a bit where you go to a Halloween party and you fight a guy dressed up as Rhino.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, no, it's like, oh, come on, man, I'm the Rhino. Let me just do it. And like, it's like, no, I gotta go. It's like, but man, I'm the Rhino. I'm like, no, come on, man. Like, there are some really fun comedy bits in this game.
Yeah, cool.
But I think what it really does, like the combat, I like.
Yeah,
but I've already because I'm playing it on the hardest difficulty because
okay.
like I wanted to know like in the hardest difficulty like the no upgrades you die in like 3 hits.
Mm-hmm.
But I've already figured out how to break it.
Yeah, see that's another
not
thing.
because I don't think because I'm really good, but I just like okay I just spent enough time. I found the right tools. I broke it.
That's the thing that's
and
one of the biggest
I think they
things.
introduced like another enemy type near the end.
Yeah,
but I've already figured it out.
It's like another enemy type. Like you'll figure that out. You know what I mean?
Because
it's not enough variation.
Like it's for most enemies that are not the heavies.
Mm-hmm.
It is you do the knock up, you do the air combo, triangle to extend it, do the web swing so that you knock them in the air, do more damage, do triangle again and keep them up. The only issue, also Web Blossom exists, but don't use it if you want to like have some combat fun because Web Blossom is broken. Like it is a suitability that you get really early on, and that is fucking busted because it webs enemies to the floor or walls really easily. But if you kind of just like, it's weird if you try to like not break the game. There's actually a lot of fun ways to fight enemies with your different tools and web abilities and suit powers. I also do really like how they do the suit system in this game.
Yeah,
where you build the suits, and there are some weirdo suits in this game.
I saw. I'm like
there are
how many
like,
outfits
it's like,
there are.
oh yeah, they have like Spider-Man Noir and like a Secret War, which that suit looks weird in 3D. The Secret War suit.
Yeah.
And then
I
they
haven't
have
seen it yet in the game, but
and then they have like I unlocked the wrestler suit, which looks like shit, and I love it. Like it looks even goofier than the movie one because it's like all the suits are like they're made out of metal, like this like polyester.
Yeah.
It's just like it's like more like a fucking sweater. It looks so bad in a really fun way.
Cool.
And also I like how every suit power kind of makes sense with the suit. Like I love how dumb, but also for me the Spider-Punk outfit is. Because it is just like a kind of normal Spider-Man suit, but he has like 3 metal pieces poking out of his head for a mohawk, and he has like a fucking denim jacket on.
Oh yeah, I saw this.
Like I like those are really,
cool.
really fun, those goofy ones.
Yeah.
But you don't really need to use more than like 2 or 3 powers.
This is my thing another thing that what I'm saying is like when I'm looking at the game, I can already tell I will get bored of this is the combat. Okay, so I was talking about this before the podcast. I played the Arkham games back to back. Like I didn't finish Origins because I was bored, but Arkham.
A lot of people got burned out of Origins, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not the only one. Plenty of people.
No,
this game's good. Like I just couldn't finish it.
Yeah, one it was on the back of playing these 3 games back to back. 2, it wasn't as good as the other ones. Probably just simply wasn't as good as the other ones. But no, I love those games. Like I'm on the record of saying the Arkham series is one of my favorite Batman series ever. It's so good. I love the story. It's
Lots
really
of people
fun.
would agree with you.
Yeah, it's so good. The ending is kind of falls apart, but whatever. I still had a good time.
It was a fun ride. For you.
It was a fun ride. It's totally worth it, and I'm excited to maybe go back to it like in 5 years or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I played those games, and looking at the combat in that game, and then looking at the combat in Spider-Man. I haven't played Spider-Man, but like I'm not the only one that has made this comparison of. Yeah, it kind of feels a lot like the Arkham games. And
it's a lot floatier.
It looks like
which is what I dig.
Which makes sense because it's Spider-Man.
You have a lot
Batman's
more
heavy
free.
and
The fact you have a jump button makes the combat a lot more interesting to me personally.
Yeah. I'm sure.
The fact you can jump and do projectiles and tools and combos and stuff in the air.
There's more to it. Like there's definitely more, but it almost feels like
I wouldn't know because I haven't played enough. Because I know the combat. Okay, since you played them, how much did like the hand-to-hand combat actually evolve through those games?
Not much. Like
really,
not much at all. Like it's.
Like I mean, like just Batman.
Yeah. I'm
Like even though it was just Batman,
himself,
he didn't evolve that much combat wise.
One of the things that frustrated me too, like the most about moving from game to game, is that it's like because the first game you unlock all your abilities like every video game. You know, you start out with nothing really, and you like your regular batarang, and then
Batboy,
and then you upgrade to different types of tools and different type of weapons and stuff, right? And then you do that for the first game, and then you have them all, at to your disposal when you're fighting enemies. Cool. And then the second game rolls around, and it's really you have to kind of do the same thing where I start with one weapon and I have to unlock them all, and maybe there's a couple different ones from the first game. And the third game is exactly the same way, where I start with a little bit of attacks, and then I have to build them all to this. And it's like I've already done all this build up already 3 other times. I already know this weapon. Arkham Knight, the third one, kind of does a little better. Where I think they give you all of the weapons at first, but you can upgrade them like as you go along, which I like.
Yeah, it's better.
But still, it was still the same process of like I've already used these weapons before. But the normal combat, like just hand-to-hand combat stuff, and like actually fighting, and like these games are, you're just fighting grunts. That's how Spider-Man is too. You're just kind of fighting waves of grunts. It's boring. It's simply boring. Like there's not a lot of like, there's a little bit of variation, but like you said, like once you kind of figure out how to break it, it's like, I'm done. Like I'm just punching at this point. Like I'm not feeling this right now. I'm not engaged in the combat anymore. And that happens pretty early on in Batman for me. And I can see that happening to me in Spider-Man, where it's just like, I'm not engaged in the combat right now. It's like, oh, there's a group of grunts. I'd rather just walk over them. I'd rather just avoid them and move on with my mission than to actually fight these guys. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what I'm afraid for that game. Do you agree? Did that kind of happen?
For me, it didn't really happen because even though like I kind of figured out how to break the combat, it still felt fun to do.
Okay.
Like it didn't get stale
because it's very flashy. That's the thing that could keep me in it.
That might have just been enough because of there are a couple things that are flashy that are slash useful that are really like the thing that really makes it fun, like the normal combat, is that when you you have your dodge roll.
Yeah.
You can one of the main things they teach you to do is you can dodge into the wall and you zip off of it to do a kick. I just like every game and every comic, you do that.
Yeah.
But it feels so good in this game.
It looks good. Like stuff like that.
It makes you feel fucking awesome.
The flashiness of it looks good.
And for me, that's enough. The style that this game has, even the combat, I can break it in a lot of scenarios.
Yeah.
It is enough that it keeps me in.
I don't
because I value style and flavor a lot in games, and this game has a lot.
Which is why I like Bayonetta so much.
Well, that's why I like those kind of games.
Yeah.
Period. Like when did you see that they showed off for DMC5? There's going to be a cowboy hat weapon.
No. Wait.
Dante has a cowboy hat weapon.
Yeah, I think.
And when he wins a fight, he holds it over his head like he's in a fucking western. Because of course he does. Cool. He loves westerns.
Yeah. All right.
Like cool. I love shit like that.
All right. Yeah.
And this game, because of its polish, it has enough care for that kind of stuff, whether it's in cutscenes and dialogue in the combat, that it was enough for me.
It just kind of holds you nicely along the way.
Especially with the web swinging.
Yeah. I mean,
which is the best thing about it.
Yeah, the web. Okay, yeah, I will not. The
especially
web swinging looks so
with
good.
The upgrades.
The web swinging looks so good. It's again
like it goes from really solid to great when you finish your mobility tree. Because say you're like how swinging works. When you swing, it's a pendulum style.
Yeah.
But like if you land on a building, you kind of lose your speed. Like if you just land on top of it, you get an upgrade where you roll, and if you press X, you do a jump off of it. So you keep kind of some of your speed.
Cool.
Or you're like a second air dash, or the thing that really helps you get speed. You have you can like lock on to like a point on a building and you can just jump off of it.
Yeah.
That flow is, I didn't fast travel because I love doing it so much.
That's another thing I've heard about this game is like, don't fast travel.
Like just fucking around in the world, even like objectives or not.
And this is why
it's just a good time.
That's why I'm saying like back when I was like a kid, I would have loved that. Cause that's what I loved about games. Like there's a lot of games that I played on my PS2 that like imprinted on me of just like why I like Jak 3 so much. Like it's like I love how big this world is, and I could just go on my jet board or whatever, and just
or like go in the big car in the desert.
Yeah, just go in the cars and just fuck around. Like Spider-Man 2, obviously everyone talks about Spider-Man 2 on the PS2. Everyone talks about the game. I love that stuff. I'm not as into that anymore. Stuff like that doesn't compel me. Like
I think this game might not have that big of an issue, maybe at least for you, because it's not like 50 hours.
Yeah, true.
So maybe it's not made to be a long game.
Yeah, I mean, in 3 days you already got like halfway through.
You probably beat the campaign and you probably beat like the general story in about like under 20 hours.
Yeah, a week
because they know it's not designed to be a long-term game.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm trying to fight this game as if I'm going to play it one day or not. Like, I probably never play it, but it's just a thing that I want to talk to you about it because it's something like I haven't talked to anyone who's actually played the game person to person, and so it's interesting to hear like if my theories are confirmed or not.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. That's Spider-Man.
I also really like that Yuri Lowenthal's choice to be Spider-Man.
You're what?
Yuri Lowenthal, the voice actor for Spider-Man.
Oh,
they weren't going to cast him.
Well, cool.
It was because someone internally said, "Well, we can't cast him to be Spider-Man because he was the lead of our other game, Sunset Overdrive." And then they went, "Nah, fuck that. He's a really good actor.
Cool, and
he's perfect as Spider-Man. He's
awesome.
Perfect."
I love that. I also heard that the levels where you don't get to play as Peter Parker or Spider-Man are done.
Those are exaggerated in terms of their quality of being bad.
My favorite video of all time.
They're not good. I will not say that.
My favorite Spider-Man video of all time is Jack's Film's 20-second thing where you play as like
MJ.
Yeah, and he just like, all right, this level you have to be really
stealthy,
and then he just bombards through everything and everything falls over. It's just a dumb thing that made me laugh. It was like 8 seconds long.
Because there are other options. There are other characters you play as that are not Peter Parker, and they are stealth sequences.
Yeah, which is like
and they're super bare bones.
Mm-hmm.
But at least most of them, one I played was kind of too long. Yeah. They're short enough where you don't really like notice them. Like they're not good.
Yeah, you won't defend them or anything.
But like they're there just kind of like for a narrative reason. Like, oh, let's explain like what this character was doing while Spider-Man was doing this. Like they're there for narrative reasons.
Okay, I don't mind that then.
But some of them I wish they were not gameplay, but they're easy enough and short enough where it's like they're not that big of like a downer. They're not that bad.
I get what they're doing.
But I get like there's criticism, like they're not good. They are not good.
I get why they had to do it because it's like we want to tell the story of like other characters' perspective through this, and we don't want
Spider-Man would be really boring.
Yeah, but we don't want to do a 30-minute cutscene or whatever.
We're also going to make a new like engine of gameplay for these characters. You only play like maybe half hour.
Yeah, exactly. It's
we wanted to like it's like the MC4. It's like, oh, we don't want to make you play as Dante, like only Dante. We'll have you do cell sections as Virgil. Like, no, we're gonna make Virgil. Mm-hmm. But it's like, no, you're not gonna fight as like people with no powers. It'd be a little silly.
Yeah. All right, I want to talk about a game that came out Friday. That a little known indie game that
be as brief as you can possibly be.
Why?
Because it's a lot to talk about. Fair.
That's
why.
Okay, fair.
So talk about the shit that you really care.
I mean,
about.
You just talked about Spider-Man for like 20 minutes.
Well, because you asked me.
Fair.
Just I want you to like, from the top of this, talk about the shit you really care about first.
Okay.
Not the small shit, the big boy shit that you spend the most time with.
Call of the Doodles Black Operations Quattro came out, and boy, that game was real good. One of my favorite Call of Duties. Did I say was?
Yeah, you said was. Like it just came out, and you're still playing it. I
didn't mean to say.
Like what happens? Like they patched it, and they made it better. I hate it now.
No, okay.
They made the servers better.
Redo. Take Two. Black Operations 4 is real good. I like it a lot. It's one of my favorite Call of Duties already. Like it's so like I'll talk about zombies.
That's what I meant. Like talk about that shit first.
Don't worry, guys. Don't worry, Tyler. I'll get about the zombies. But the thing that's on my mind the most, and honestly the thing that I'm almost having more fun in, not more fun in, but like it's I have fun.
Surprising
there
to
has
you?
To be some preamble, a little bit of preamble. I have 530 hours in Black Ops 3. 99% of it zombies. I'm not tired of zombies per se.
Somehow.
Yeah, I'm not tired of zombies, but like I'm excited to get into multiplayer again. Is all it is. It's like I'm taking a little bit of time away from zombies. I'm still playing a good amount of it, but it's not the forefront of my mind right now. The forefront of my mind is simply multiplayer. Not even Blackout. Blackout doesn't run well on my PC, and so I'm not playing it. Simply as that.
That's really weird.
I need a new graphics card. My graphics card is old.
Did you try the beta for that?
Yeah, and it was bad too.
Oh, okay.
I'm not the only one too. Like everyone's saying it's like, yeah, Blackout's really fucking hard to run. Because it's open. It's the engine. It's still bare bones. Like this engine is still new to try to do such a vast scale.
Remember they scaled back. You can only do 100 players for like four squads, right?
I don't remember. The point.
Like the solo or like duos, like only like 88 players. Yeah, like they can't do 100 still.
Honestly, it's just the map. The map just bug. Like when you're the game struggles just when you're falling out of the helicopters. Like my computer goes down to like 15 frames.
Jesus.
Once I'm at the ground, it kind of goes back up. But look at like if I'm trying to look at like long distances, it really struggles. Mm-hmm. It's just I just need to upgrade. That's all it is. This game is just hard to run. Again,
it is super new.
It's super new. It's not perfectly optimized yet. It's an engine that this company has never tried to. It's a game. It's a type of thing that this engine is not prepared for, or has never done before. They
never will be. They just made it that way.
Yeah, they're forcing it to work. And goddamn, it's I'm surprised it's even working. It works great on console. So if I know that like if PS4 like an Xbox One like Blackout runs like flawlessly at this point. It's just PC has some optimization issues. Anyway, multiplayer, just regular whatever multiplayer. Missionary multiplayer. I love it. God.
Okay, so clarify. What modes are you playing in multiplayer?
I am playing a lot of domination and a lot of kill confirmed, and finally Call of Duty. I don't know if they did this in World War II because I didn't play World War II. And I didn't really play much of Infinite Warfare, so I don't remember if it was in there either. But they're doing grouped playlists now, like every other modern multiplayer game.
They do it because of Halo. Because it was smart back when Halo did it like 10, 15 years ago.
No, I know. I'm saying they're finally catching up.
It's
like with every
fucking thank God.
Yeah, where instead of having 17, they still have this, by the way, where you can pick just regular team deathmatch. You can just play domination plus fake confirmed. But now at the forefront when you go to multiplayer is playlists of stuff. So it's like this playlist is your team deathmatch one. Where
it's like a recommended of the week.
Yeah, it's like you can play team. This playlist will shuffle between team deathmatch and confirm. This playlist shuffle between control, hardpoint, and domination. Which like this is so good. That way the player base, the lobbies are not as scattered as they used to be.
Because that was always the issue. Okay, I only want to ask you about domination. Like kill confirmed. Who gives a shit?
I love confirmed.
Well, no, because that's not what I care about.
Fair. I love domination.
Domination is an objective based mode. It is like the basic bitch one they've been doing since Modern Warfare.
But the formula works.
Now tell me, how does it feel with the operators?
Oh, the specialists?
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay, that has to be different now.
This is what I want to talk about. Okay, so the way this game works, the
because they're pushing it much harder in this game about the specialists.
The flow of this game is unlike any Call of Duty I've played before. It's weird. It's a mixture of the good stuff from Black Ops 2, the good fast-paced stuff, but the good, slow, tactical stuff of Black Ops 1. It's a mixture of game that I've always wanted, and I've never really gotten from a Call of Duty game. I always try to play one and wait for I want to have that tactical feeling, but go. I want to move. I want my ADHD 8 brain to.
So what you want is Counter-Strike. That's too fast for you.
I want Counter-Strike, but not as
more arcadey and less Counter-Strike. Because remember, like we always talk about Call of Duty, when you go back to it 5 years away from it, 2 years away from it, it feels the same. And that's really comforting. That snappiness is really unique.
Yeah. And I've always liked it.
And you can't make it anywhere else.
But I've always liked the feel of Call of Duty. But there's every time I play it, there's always like a couple notches where it's like, I wish it was this. I wish it was this. Like I'm always like,
I'll never get Black Ops 1 again.
Exactly.
That's what I always wanted from
this game. You need to play this game. Like I know you're busy, so you can't come today, but whatever. But if you ever want to play this game, come over, dude. Because it's this multiplayer. I haven't had this much fun in like combat, and I almost sound like a spokesperson for the game. I'm not. I swear I'm not. Like obviously,
he paid a lot of of his own money for that edition.
I paid so much of my own money for this dumb game
that he's having a good time with. That he calls a dumb game.
Yeah, whatever. The actual flow of combat when you're in an engagement with another player is so goddamn fun. Where I see someone, I have a gun, you have a gun, and we're shooting each other. That's how the game works. We're hiding behind cover, and you shoot, and the time to kill is long enough to where you can make a decision. Do I want to continue on this fight or back off, heal, and try to flank you from another position? That little thing, that like what I just said, that sentence has not existed in Call of Duty since Black Ops 1. Like, should I back off? Has not existed because it's been too fast.
Okay, I'm really curious.
Haven't been able to back off really.
Because when I watched about like an hour, 2 hours of footage of this, of someone playing team deathmatch.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen anywhere there.
Really?
In team deathmatch, that never happens.
Oh, weird.
Well, at least what I saw.
Okay.
Because the first couple of days, no one is doing that.
Oh, weird.
Unless they get lucky and like they're just running, okay, you know the Call of Duty thing, like they're running and you shoot at them, but you don't get them all the way.
Yeah.
That always happens.
Mm-hmm.
That's when like they would back off because you survived. Blah, blah.
Yeah.
But like whenever I was watching engagements happen between two characters,
it's always just like whoever.
It was just Call of Duty, where it was
whoever
just
unloads
who reacted first and could hit most targets on upper center mass.
Yeah, weird.
Won. Because what you're saying is not what I saw.
Interesting.
I saw almost none of that. Which wasn't a bad thing per se, but I was like, well, that's what Call of Duty always kind of is at the end. At the end of the day, that's what it always will become.
Yeah, see, that's what
But the stuff you're talking about, I never saw any of that.
Okay, I haven't looked at any of the multiplayer like YouTubers or gameplay. I don't
because I want to know like how does this formula change, which is what they're calling it, affect what everyone will be playing 99% of the time.
Yeah,
which is team deathmatch, kill confirmed. Maybe domination, but it's more like it's
domination.
It's mainly team deathmatch.
It's mainly team deathmatch.
Most players say team deathmatch.
Yes.
Kill confirmed I like better.
Yeah,
personally.
Same.
But most people, it's team deathmatch. It's like it's the old call, like you played Call of Duty for team deathmatch. Come on.
Yeah.
So like, how does it affect that? And it's like, it didn't really.
For what you saw.
For like the hour I saw, like all it really did, it lets you survive sometimes if it was like a medium to long range engagement. But a lot of the maps that I saw, combat didn't really happen at that scale.
It's probably you know what I haven't really played any team deathmatch. Like I said,
that's why I'm curious.
I've been playing Kill
the
Confirm
objective shit. That happening there is a good thing to hear.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so in domination for sure. Okay, I'll talk about domination because that's kind of the one that.
That's why I'm asking. Like, that's the one that I want to know.
So
like,
yeah, domination definitely, because the way domination works, you have the 3 flags, and so engagement ends up being kind of farther away because you're.
It has to be
because you're trying to shoot someone at a flag. You know?
Who's at like a fixed point.
Yeah,
and they have to be there so you can like snipe them away or chip at them.
That's where it becomes really fun.
That's where I was curious to like know about stuff like that.
Where it definitely feels. Engaging, and I don't like using the word engaging because it's that it's that clickbaity word that like Treyarch themselves use. Like this is
it's a marketing term, but it still has meaning.
But it does have, and like that's the only word that keeps coming to mind for me is like every time I'm in a fight, I'm like excited. It's like yes, it's a person. I'm gonna try to actually strategize here and see what I can do. I'm not a great multiplayer player. Like I'm not. I've never been.
You're not seasoned.
No, I've been playing Call of Duty like every single year, pretty much. Like not like always, and I'm always trying to get good. I can't. I'm not great. But this is the first game where I almost like I can be, and the reason is like I said, why I like Black Ops 1 and why I did better in that game compared to all the other ones. I'm not a great like see someone aim perfectly in there and then shoot them. Like I'm not good at that, and this is why I've always struggled with Call of Duty. But Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 4 seems to remedy that, where it's not 100%. Obviously, if you can aim first, you know that'll give you a huge advantage, like every shooter ever. But if you can strategize around that, like, oh, they shot me. As soon as it's like they shot me and I missed my shot, like, okay, I'm going to back off. Like, I missed the first shot. I'm just going to back off. Like, I'm not going to even, like, you can make that decision and you have enough time to do that. If you're playing well, like, if you're not running in open areas, like, there's a lot of cover in the maps. I like the maps a lot. There's too many remakes for my like. Like, I really wish there wasn't any remakes just because everyone picks them. Obviously.
I didn't know there was remakes.
Yeah,
what are the remake maps?
There's like a lot from Black Ops 2, a lot from Black Ops 1. There's Summit. I think Firing Range is in there too.
Oh, but Summit sucks.
Yeah,
Summit was always bad. Fuck everybody. Summit was always garbage. Firing Range is great. Summit is ass.
Summit's fun on domination. That's really it. And even
then it sucks. Yeah,
even then it's not. It
has like 7 different choke points. Fuck that map.
I like
always garbage.
What I like about Summit is if you really know the map, you can
throw a Semtex to the 8 point. Fuck everyone.
No, that stuff is dumb
because everyone did it. It was fucking stupid.
No, what I like about Summit is that if you
bring back old memories from like my last ray of sunshine in that fucking series.
If you really know the map, what I like about Summit is that you can like run away in really interesting ways. Like you can really flank people in very interesting, like jumping off of.
See, I wish Summit was like double the size and in Titanfall 2.
Oh yes.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah,
because you know that. Okay, you know the main big building where you can like jump over the scaffolding to the bottom floor. Yep. See, in Titanfall 2 you can just double jump that, so you can always fight no matter what in that building.
Yeah, that'd be
great.
But
make double the size. That's why Titanfall 2 is the best shooter.
It's so good.
That game's still so fucking good.
There's what's the map? Slums from Black Ops 2, I think.
I don't know. All the maps from 2 and 3, I don't even know what their names are.
But no, there's a lot of whatever. There's a lot of remakes.
But are the new ones fun?
Yes, I love the new maps. Okay. Absolutely love. There's a good amount of cover and a good amount of like area. What's like Io's way? I don't even know the terms.
Lines of sight.
There you go. Really good lines of sight where it's like. It's rare for you to find yourself in just a random open area. And if you do, it's really just to get from one point to another point really fast. That's kind of the only reason. But most of the time, there's really good like cover and stuff. And so fighting actually requires some cover use.
You know what's weird about this game that I also didn't bring up yet? I was watching that footage.
Yeah.
Quickscoping is still alive.
Yeah. Oh, it's huge.
I really don't like that.
Yeah, I'm
for what they said they're going for.
Yeah,
letting that still be a thing is complete bullshit.
It's weird. It makes no sense. Yeah,
because you get body shot kills.
Yeah,
but health is 150.
Yeah,
what happened to their thing about more tactical and?
Yep. I know it's weird.
I'm confused. That's why it baffles me. Like there's still like
there's some weird
choice. Like you can still upgrade. Like if you don't want to use their gimmicks, because
I'll say
frankly, like those character gimmicks with like their grenade slots. I think almost all those are terrible.
Okay, I can counter a little bit.
Like almost all of them are things that I would never want to use.
Yeah,
but they knew that, so they said, "Oh, well, I'll use a grenade," and I'm like. I would have rather they just let you not and just made you forced to use those tools.
Here's what I like.
It's like such a weird system. Like they're trying to meet people like me and you in the middle.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'd rather you just stick to one.
Yeah. I'm liking them.
Also, that perk system is way better.
I love the perk system.
It's finally like good again.
It's
not like 7 million. I hated the Black Ops 3 multiplayer shit was awful.
I like Black Ops 3 multiplayer.
But the points system shit was awful at first, and then it got better later on. But it still was like
just go back to basic pick 10. Like,
or at least just take some of the options. Like you don't need them. It's like half of these you don't need them. Why are they here?
Yeah, I like it. I will talk about the specialist stuff now because that's
what the thing that was like gonna turn me off from this game was the specialist shit. Because I think all the specialists by like personality wise and looks are super bland.
Okay, yeah,
and that turned me off because I need people that look cool.
Okay,
and and I looked at the customization shit. It's like a 1-over skin, and they don't look good for me.
Yeah, I like the skins.
And I care about aesthetics way too much.
I know you do, and
because I'm an asshole.
This game is not an aesthetic game. It's Call of Duty. It never.
Well, you see your character when you win a match.
Yeah,
and I care a lot if I'm that boy or a girl. I want to look cool.
I have a skin because I pre-ordered the game like the day before.
Yeah, you get those. Yeah, those from my
I got that.
Which looked like trash on most characters.
I have it on I main Firebreak. And the reason is
Firebreak the one's with the cool mask, right?
Yeah,
that guy's cool.
I like him. And with the deal is
mainly because I like masks. That is it. I like masks on characters.
Fair. His he looks cool. His flamethrower isn't as like has like almost no range, so I almost don't even use that.
It's like World at War.
Yeah, it's really weird.
The flamethrower's trash.
Yeah, and this
just like my good old days.
But actually, I like his equipment weapon. I didn't get it at first because again, I didn't really watch much multiplayer.
Is it a Molotov?
No, it's a nuclear radiation thing.
Oh yeah, that fucking thing. That thing was actually kind of cool.
I love it.
That's the only one that I saw. I'm like, that's cool.
And so like,
it's like, oh, you turn it on, people just die around you. It's like, oh, that's neat.
The fact that the spawn beacon is associated, like put to one character, the tactical insertion.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
I like that. I like how like this.
I don't mind them bringing that back.
The dog one, they just need to nerf the dog. There's a lot of balancing issues for the game. Like most of my issues with the game is simply about like the ICR, which I'm maining obviously because it is super OP.
What is the ICR?
The ICR is the first assault rifle you get in the game, and if you put grip, FMJ, and long barrel on that gun, it rips. And I'm using it. Obviously, it's super overpowered. I hope it gets nerfed. Even though I'm using it, I hope it gets nerfed.
Is it like the Galil from Black Ops 1?
It's too much. Yeah.
It's like I was like no recoil and it was like all the damage.
Exactly. It's the first assault rifle, so it's really balanced. And that's the problem.
Are there Second question: are there any stupid weird guns in this game?
Like what do you mean?
Like a gimmick weapon?
That's like a ballistic knife or
like the revolver that's a shotgun.
Yes.
Then what are the weird weapons?
There's a revolver that's a shotgun.
Yeah, that's like 2 games old. What else they got?
I don't remember. I'm like level like 20.
Tomahawks are back from what I saw.
Tomahawks are back.
And I'm like, I don't give a shit, but I know someone who really cares.
Yeah, people care. I haven't seen anyone.
Wait, this game's not fucking flashbangs?
Yeah, but I think only like one of the characters has it.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm saying like a lot of the equipment stuff is really interesting. Like how like certain characters get certain equipments. Like I get it. They're not trying to go for the hero shooter. Obviously, they can't.
They were kind of going for it.
Well, the formula doesn't work. The Call of Duty formula doesn't work for a general like. When you hear the word hero shooter, this game is not that. Like
they were going for like,
but yeah,
somewhere between the Overwatch and Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah, they're
but they kind of got neither of those interesting things from either of those two.
They kind of met in the middle and ended up in a weird spot where neither of them.
They got in the middle, end up with just like white rice. Like they got nothing.
Well, it's like
because I watched somebody play like a campaign of one of those characters. I'm like, wow, this is a lot of money.
Yeah,
for literally nothing.
Okay, yeah, the campaign thing is silly. I have some. I'm not gonna.
Did you do one of them?
I'm not going. No, I have not done one. But I will.
Are you even gonna bother?
No, I'm not gonna disclose my source. But I have inside information that Treyarch was working on a completely different game for the first year of production, and had to stop.
That's been rumored by a lot of people too. It's like, this is gonna be something different.
Yeah,
which is why this story feels like it's
simply
they're trying to tie in the Black Ops 1 story into this game, which is insanity.
There's a reason why Black Ops 4.
The lady's last name's Mason for of numbers fame. Mason.
There's a reason why Black Ops 4 is called the way it is with the dumb thing, and I've been saying this since the beginning. Forever. I have been talking about it forever. This is Black Ops 2 2. This is the sequel to Black Ops 2.
I thought you meant because the 4 is supposed to also be an M for Mason.
I wish.
Because look at the logo.
I wish.
Look at the logo on your fucking pants. Am I that crazy for thinking about that? That's supposed to be kind of like a weird M.
They could have easily done
that. They could have
just
gone for an M.
They could have.
Because they're gonna make like the Mason family part of the story.
Look, man.
And I stopped caring about the story because I'd only played one. I'm like, they're doing like. And I saw they brought like fucking Frank Woods back, and I'm like, what is this game?
We really don't have to talk about the specialist thing. It doesn't matter. It so doesn't.
But it's so funny that it's like, yeah, they tried. I feel
they had these assets, and
they're like, fuck it, we already paid for them. We made them.
We hired these voice actors and paid
millions of dollars. Like those cutscenes are legitimate. Like they're gorgeous.
They are.
They're crazy good looking.
I've seen. I haven't played it, but I've seen them. Yeah, it's
like the opening one that you get is amazing looking. There's money.
All right, so that's multiplayer. I love it.
All right, and then Blackout. Fucking word. You didn't touch that. Fuck that.
I touched it enough. It's good. It's hard.
But nothing changed from what you played in the beta.
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
All right, so fuck all that.
All right,
Pull your deck out.
All right, it's out, guys. Ow, that actually hurt. That was me whipping it on the table. Zombies. Fucking hell yeah, dude. All right. There are 4 maps. I have 4 maps. I got the.
Yeah, that's 4 on launch.
I got the deluxe edition, so I have 4 maps. So I will be
only him.
I will be
only big me, boy.
Only big boy me. I will be referring to all 4 of the maps. All right.
Yeah. Let's put. Okay, are 2 of the maps just like redos of the same map?
Yes.
Okay, then
no.
Yes, I'm curious. I'm curious. How much of them have actually changed because it's a new engine?
There are a lot has changed. Okay,
in the maps that they brought back that are just like those maps, kind of. You know what I mean? Like kind of.
I will explain. It's
because do those first, like because the other ones are like much more new.
Actually, I'll do it the other way around.
It's easier for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like the chaos story so far. This game is split up into 2 different stories where we have 2. Again, I'll be referring to 4 maps because
you told me that and I was like, what the fuck? Really? It's 2 menus?
It's not 2 menus. It's not what I thought. It's not what they said at first.
Okay, it's not 2 menus? Okay.
By the way, I want to say this, and everyone talking about it. The UI in this game is terrible.
Yeah, it's really bad.
It's really bad.
I was gonna bring it up at the end, but I'm like, why is the UI so bad?
It's really bad.
Like it's not finished.
It's not.
It's like
no. I think it's because again they had so many ideas beforehand, and the UI worked for that, and it doesn't really work for whatever they're going.
Like it's almost too simple.
It's weird. For zombies,
it's like Windows 8.
A little thing for zombies that like everyone's talking about too is like, if you want to change your map, you have to leave if you're playing anything. If you want to change your map, you have to leave the lobby, change your map, and then make another lobby. That's so really dumb. Bad. My friend texted me. He just got the game yesterday. It's like, hey, how do I play? How do I change my map and play by myself?
That should not have passed compliance.
And then you know what I had to do? I had to say, hold on, let me check. And then I had to go into the game and figure it out because I didn't remember.
Fuck. That's bad.
It's bad. Actually, the funniest thing too, on stream, I saw this on a stream that I was watching the night before. Someone was playing with Jason Blundell in the room. They're at Treyarch, and they asked, "Hey, how do I change my map?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, you have to leave the lobby." And then he was like, "All right."
That sounds like we wanted to finish it, like we wanted to fix it, but we ran out of time.
Yeah.
Because they talk a lot about this game. PR, they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna update this game. Don't worry, we're not gonna." That's what it sounds like. There's a lot of stuff they didn't get to finish.
All right, so let me rush through this. Okay, so the chaos story includes it's a completely new story.
4 new peeps, right? So you see in the trailers.
Yeah, with the chaos story stuff. So 9 and Voyage of Despair. So the Greece Colosseum one. It's Greece, by the way. And the Titanic map. Those are the chaos storyline. And then Classified and Blood are Ether. Okay, so the chaos storyline. Ignore for you, this is for your brain, and for everyone listening who cares a little bit about zombies, ignore all of the story from every game ever. Now look at the chaos story. We're starting fresh. We don't know how it ties in. It might not.
Is it fresh because they finished the cycle in the last game?
Nope.
With that fucking mess of a story that they all started doing in the last game.
And guess what they did in this? They reopened it in a good way, I think. I like it. Okay. I like the way they reopened the cycle. I think it's actually really fucking fascinating.
Hope they don't get stupid
because Rick Toffin might die, so that's gonna be fun.
Again? Excuse me. Again. He's died like 3 times.
Not really.
No, not the one.
No, not. Oh, like
that's what I mean. Like a named human Rick Toffin has died like 3 or 4 times. On and off camera.
Premise Rick Toffin, the one that we've been playing since Origins, will probably die. Like the main guy
that's to be expected at this point. He should have died last game. It looks like they were going for that.
Yeah, they probably wanted to, but they're like, well, then what are we gonna do with this next game?
He's the one who knows what the fuck's going on.
Which will be fun. Okay, anyway, I can talk about the story forever. I'm gonna try my best not to talk
about the story.
That's a different podcast. That this is not.
Also, that's too new.
It's too new. Yeah,
the maps have not been dug into yet.
Too much. We've only have 2 of the Easter eggs solved today. Voyage was just solved.
Are the achievement Easter eggs solved yet? All of them yet or no?
No.
Okay, so no, there's nothing to talk about story wise. Well, there is. We don't
actually. Treyarch didn't even had all the main Easter eggs disabled for the first 24 hours of the game coming out.
Why?
So everyone can learn the map because they want. So everyone can. There's too many maps, and the community's already split, and so they're like, one, we don't want this leaked like every other game. because people keep data mining the Easter eggs and solving them too early. Cough, cough, glitching queen. I like you, but stop doing that.
You just ignore it. That's one of my things. Like, you just ignore the data mines.
No, but you can't.
Well, because they don't tell you.
The community can't. Like, the community can't.
All right, fine.
Is what I'm saying. Like,
it's something I'm involved with, so I can't say too much on it.
No. The community, Zombies community are rabid dogs.
Okay.
As soon as we get a little tiny piece of information, we're on it like fucking hellhounds.
Yeah.
Okay, so the chaos story, the maps. I'll start with 9. The
gameplay wise,
Coliseum.
How is it?
The gameplay.
Do you fight a lion like they do in the trailer?
It's tigers, and yes, the dog rounds are tigers. By the way, already within the
are they zombie tigers?
Hell yeah, dude.
I wish they were real tigers.
The first 24 hours of the game, there was already a pack that fixed something. In the game. Because the first day, everyone was like, "This is hard. It's only 3 hit down, and there's no jug. Jug is gone."
Like from all maps?
All maps. Juggernog as a perk is completely gone.
Huh.
The perk system is completely different. This is why I'm trying to rush to this. Guys, this is going to be a long one. Maybe longer than I want it to be. A little bit. Just because, it's so much information. The perk system now works where before you go into a game, you can create a class. There will be in every map.
Oh, no.
No, I like this. It's actually really interesting. And it actually fixes a lot of problems with zombies that I've had too, where it's like everyone just runs the same 4 perks and there's no.
But that'll still happen in the credit class when people find out what the best one is.
No, it won't. And I'll explain why. Because the perks aren't great on purpose. They're purposely not great. They're all kind of okay. They all are super watered down from what they used to be, which is, I think, such a good thing because it makes like every perk decision very important, and the order of how you do them very important. I'll explain why. So every map
Did they bring back PhD Flopper?
Yes, PhD Slider. You're welcome.
Don't joke with me.
No, yeah, PhD Slider. It's
is that
really
real?
Good. Yeah.
Do you get to hear the really good jingles anymore?
No, the jingles are gone. I'm sorry.
Like, fuck this game.
I know.
Throw in the trash.
I know.
The only reason I kept caring about zombies after fucking Ascension was just to look up the jingles for the new perks.
Oh, fair.
That is all I cared about. Not the story. I'm like, what is a new jingle? Those are the
everyone's
shit.
talking about that too.
Stamina Up was the best one. Because like a weird like sex jam.
Stamina.
PhD Flopper is the funniest one because it's a stupid idea.
I love it. All right.
And the thing about PhD Flopper is what I wanted from Call of Duty forever.
Stop interrupting me. All right, here we go. So every map has 4 perk machines around the map.
Always same place?
Yeah, same place. And
Cool.
The way this game works now is you can choose which perk machine has what perk in it. And so know
like Gobblegum, but better.
Gobblegum, but it's everything but better. Like, yeah, it's got no Gobblegums, by the way. They're elixirs now, and you just have them, which is fucking so good. You just have 4 of them, and you can just press a button on the D-pad, and then you activate it.
Thank God.
Yeah, so good.
Because that was a dumb money thing that they had.
It still works the same way. It's still like still a roulette thing, whatever, but you activate them way better. So here's an example of some perks. Quick Revive. So here's another. God, I just realized how hard it's going to be to explain zombies. Another system that's changed is when you're playing solo, you automatically just revive yourself. You don't have to have a Quick Revive perk to do this. You have 3 self revives. This is how there's no perk for it anymore. And then when you
must love that actually.
Yeah, and here's why. So the actual Quick Revive perk is 2,000 points by default. It can be double the points or another grand for or whatever. Doesn't matter. So Quick Revive now, the way it works is, here's a cool thing. You can see your health on the bottom of the left of the screen. You have 150 health now, or no, 200 health now. So 4 hits to go down. When the game came out, it was only 3, and that was a little less. 3 was a little not enough.
Was that on purpose?
Yeah, I think 3 wasn't enough. It was too hard without Jug, and the way the perk system are, the zombies are really aggressive and fast. So 3 hits was not enough, and so they upped it to 4 hits now. And so the way Quick Revive works is you get it, and Quick Revive heals you faster.
Like regens quicker?
Yeah, and you can see it actually. You can see your health bar on the bottom left of the screen. So that I like. And there's no double tap perk, and there's no speed cola perk. So
RIP speed cola.
RIP Jug, dude. Like, I mean, as much as I love that they got rid of
there was always a debate since like Black Ops 1. I was like, should Jug even be a thing anymore?
Yeah, it kind of makes the game really easy. And so
because it became like you have to have it.
Exactly.
You can't not use it.
That's the thing. Is like if in a game where
because they were designed around that perk, like you had it to go long.
The game started doing the thing where it's like, okay, you can only have 4 perks on you at a time.
It was like, all right, I gotta get Jug. I gotta get speed cola. But what do I have space for?
But there's like 7 machines on the map.
Yeah.
But you're never gonna get. You're never gonna pick up that.
It was always I get Jug, most likely speed cola, and then the other 2 they don't really matter. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll get whatever I don't know. Like it was always like you were so locked into your like your
PhD and stamina up. Like those are mine. Like,
or like that one Widow's Web if you were feeling fancy.
Yeah. So no, in this game it's way more like actually important for every single perk slot. And also whatever you put in the fourth perk, so the farthest perk machine you'll find, if you put a perk in that slot, when you put a perk in that slot, it'll have a modifier where it'll do an extra thing. And it'll cost 1,000 more than it would have otherwise. And that only activates when you have all 4 perks on the map. So like little stuff like that. Like there's so much. This game is so different than any other zombies game. I literally won't be able to talk about it all the changes. So that's just the menu. That's before you even enter a game. That's a perk system now and the health system now. Okay, 9 as a map. It's really boring. It's the easiest map in the game. It's supposed to be that way. Jason Blundell said, like, if you're gonna play this game, start out with 9. It's very basic. It's just it's a giant coliseum in the middle, and then it splits off into 4 towers and an underground system underneath that connects them all. So it's very easy. I got to like, me and my stepdad were playing, and we got to like around like 40 something. It was super easy.
Damn.
And that was his first time playing it. So
like no like traps or anything fancy.
There's traps, there's stuff. Like it's a zombies map. Like it's not like it's empty or anything. There's stuff to do. It's kind of interesting.
There's no main gimmick.
There is gimmicks. There's stuff. Like it's a zombies map. But
you know how like zombies
has
like oh, this map has like it's mainly about this. Like is there a thing like that in this map?
This map is mainly like the champion thing where there's quests and there's an interesting thing where
that's what I'm talking about. What is that about? I'm curious.
Okay, so here's an interesting thing. There's a crowd that's watching you, and at the bottom left you have like a thumb, and it'll show.
Oh my god!
It'll go up depending on how well you do. So if
it's
you
not even real, but that's kind of cool.
The more you get hit, the more you go down and stuff like that. The thumb goes down, and if you do better, get headshots. If that thumb goes up, and when it goes all the way up, the crowd will give you like a max ammo or something.
That's cool,
and that actually matters a lot for some Easter egg weapons and stuff. Obviously, there's Easter egg stuff because obviously
it has to be. That's what
complicated garbage.
Yeah. So you have to look at the moon, and then like you turn your game off.
It's so dumb.
And then it turns it off.
Yeah. Okay. So
and then the third player has to disconnect, but then reconnect with their LAN cable. And then you get the claymores with the spikes on them. And then that is the worst one of all time.
And then you have to switch your controller to player 2.
You have to port 2, and then you have to let Soccer Mantis read your memory card.
Make sure your forwarding network ID is 24411.
Yeah. And if you're on Wi-Fi 4, it won't work. It has to be on Wi-Fi 3.
Yeah. All right.
They should do that.
They really should.
Like it's like if this player has this packet data, the Easter egg just works.
Holy fuck, that'd be so good.
Someone will do it.
If your DNS settings have to be this, you can only use this proxy.
Yeah, and if your upload is too high, then it won't work. It can't down.
Your ping can't be higher than 62.
Fuck.
Okay. 9. Or so that's 9.
Voyage, the one you really, really, really want to talk about are the other 3, right?
Nope. Voyage is also really boring. Voyage is also part of the chaos story.
I know. I mean, like the other one.
I'll talk about the other 2.
The ones that you really.
Voyage is a Titanic map. That map couldn't be more boring ever. I fucking hate this map.
Gameplay wise,
it's so complicated. I can't find anything on this map. Everything looks exactly the same. Every floor of the ship looks the same. I'm not the only one talking about this too. Like everyone who plays this map says like this map sucks.
So it's like thin hallways but confusing layout.
Which I like. I like the idea. Like Jason Blundell said that this is going to be the hardest map in the game. It's not that hard. I mean, it's hard because it's really narrow corridors and stuff, which I love. Like, I love 5. I love Shangri-La. I love the hard maps where it says corridors and it forces you to not be able to train, where you have to strategize differently and then just running in a circle forever. And so this map does that, which is cool, but just trying to like set up and find stuff is so annoying. This map, think about this for a second. This zombies now works where you have to find items and build shields and stuff like that.
That's been a thing since like 2.
Yeah, it's a thing now. So that's a thing that everyone knows about zombies. Why would you design a map on a ship where there's just luggage and garbage everywhere? Everywhere.
So they pulled a transit.
But like worse, because transit, it sucks that there's nothing there. It's just empty space. This map sucks because there's too many things and I can't find anything.
Like they don't even glow because they can't because it'd make it too obvious.
Exactly. It's so frustrating. Okay, so there you go. Those are those 2 maps. The chaos story sucks, kind of. The Easter eggs just got solved, and I'm curious about the story for it. But the maps themselves, I'm not at all interested in. All right, talk about the good stuff. Ether storyline. So let's talk about Classified first.
Classified is what map?
It is a remake, a 5.
And who is starring in this version?
Technically, this is a copy of the Ultimus crew. So this is.
Oh.
What?
My stomach.
This
Of
is
course it is. It can't just be them.
no, because and here's why it's
And
not.
I know why it can't be. Well, I don't know the real reason because I don't give a shit enough. But I know it could never be.
I'm
that
gonna say
simple.
a little bit of the story just because it's so cool. So we actually find out what happens to the crew on Moon is they get teleported back to Griffin or to Groom Lake, the Area 51, back in time, and
What?
because
Wait.
time travel, whatever, fuck it.
So they did so they blew up the Earth in Moon,
And then they traveled.
and they went back in time.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all you need to say.
Yeah, and then I guess scientists find and a bunch of other stuff happens, and that causes a copy of Ultimus to be created, and we're playing as that copy, and we get to learn about the real people through the radios and stuff. So that's the story. That's the what we're
Just
playing.
the way it's telling the story is cool. For you.
Yeah, which is fascinating.
Do they have the Eminem song back?
I fucking wish.
I hate that song.
Oh, me too. But I wish
It's so bad.
Okay, so
I wish it was back in so I could laugh at it
so
again.
here's something that's really cool about Classified, and I love it. I've always loved 5.
I miss Castro.
I know.
I love the cast of that map. That map's idea is so awesome.
I love 5 because it was hard. But one of the things that was frustrating about 5 is how small it is and how quickly it is to open. You can open everything by like round 10 and then you're done.
Yeah.
Pack a bunch, open everything, you're done. This map is bigger. They added a lot of new areas. Like there's a lot of
like how and where?
like up. So you know how like the first floor.
Yeah.
You know how like there are 2 doors, 2 ways you can go. You go left
it's
or right.
just 2 elevators and that's it.
No. Before that, even there, you start in the starting room. Right?
Oh yeah,
the meeting room,
that office
and then like
area.
left, you go to the. If you open the left door, that's the elevator. You go right, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Right now, left is elevators, and then right you open, and there's another door to open, and then you open that, and there's another door to open, and there's a couple more stuff up there.
Cool.
And then downstairs is the same. The second floor, like the main. Oh no, there's one extra room in there. Which is cool. And then downstairs is exactly the same. The lab is, I believe, the exact same.
The lab was the actual cool part about that.
They
map.
might. I think they made 1 or 2 areas that like rooms that you thought you could go into but you couldn't before.
Mhm.
Now you can. So like everything that looks like a room is pretty much open.
Which has
like,
a better map flow generally.
Yeah, it's a bigger.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit longer to do stuff, and I like it. It's fascinating. Also, there's a thing where you can teleport to Area 51 for obvious reasons.
You mean
That's where the
the
pack
launch pad place from Moon?
Yeah, that's where the Pack-a-Punches. Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Well, that's cool where it was in the last Moon.
It wasn't
right.
Yeah. And the reason for again, I don't want
Because it's the same.
I don't want to get too much into the story here.
Okay, that makes sense. From what I understand from that fucking nightmare of a story, that makes sense.
Yeah. All right. So that's Classified. I love it. It's really fun.
What about your favorite map of all time now?
All right, here you go. My favorite map of all time was Mob of the Dead. That was the Alcatraz map.
Side note, Blood of the Dead is such a fucking good name.
Such a good name.
For anything.
And also the name, it finally clicked when I was watching videos about the storyline, and I was like, "Oh, that's why it's called Blood of the Dead, because the blood vials." Obviously,
Wait, you didn't get that?
I know.
First fucking trailer that you made me watch.
Dumb. I'm dumb.
You're
I'm
a
a
big
dumb
dopey
person.
dumb.
I have an IQ of 8.
They've done that Blood story for like almost 2 games and like 5 comics.
Yeah, it's.
How did you not know that?
I don't know.
They say the word
Dude,
blood
I don't
like
know.
7 times in the like it's like this is the wrong blood. Ah.
I don't know. All right,
And then Nikolai goes, "What do you mean? We need more blood?" Like they say it a million times.
blood? You mean blood? Is
Like-
this you mean we need the blood of the dead? Is what you're saying?
They said like a fucking vampire in there, like a zombie vampire. Like, oh, Blood of the Dead.
By the way, I'm still waiting for us
Blood.
to get a vampire map. It hasn't happened yet. I
Is
don't.
that supposed to be a thing?
No, but I want it.
They had a castle map, but it wasn't like Transylvania Castle, which
No,
is
it
a
was
waste
the German
of
castle. Yeah,
that map sucks.
I loved Horizon. Fuck you.
No,
Guys-
that map is cool, but that weapon's stupid.
Which one?
The
the
bow and arrow.
I love the bow
That
and arrow
shit's
stuff.
stupid.
It's annoying because you have to do all 4 of them, but whatever.
I like the dumb sci-fi more than the fantasy.
Oh, fair.
And it breaks everything when
Dude,
you're like,
Black
oh,
Ops-
I have like this dragon
Black
bow.
Ops
You have
3
Hanzo's ults as a weapon. It's
Black
ridiculous.
Ops 3 is fantasy up the wazoo.
Which is why I hate that stuff.
This is where dragons exist.
That's why.
And no, Blood of the Dead. God, I want to talk about Blood of the Dead forever.
That's why I'm like, just talk about
I wanna talk
the
about
most you can in the most sensible way you can try.
So if you've ever played the map Mob of the Dead on Black Ops 2,
I played it 3 times and I went,
so you know how
I'm bad, but I could be a ghost. That's cool.
You know how you spawn in as a ghost in that little like in the
Is that why they show everyone dying in the trailer?
cage? No, ignore that.
But they show
Ignore
it
it.
for like 2
There's
minutes.
there's a reason for that. Ignore it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna get into it.
Okay.
They've been making those like the character death trailers since Black Ops 3. It's not important.
Okay.
They're not. They kind of are, but they're not. So Black Ops and Mob of the Dead, you start out as a ghost, you're floating above you, and you're in the room that you're in is like a cage room, and you open up into more of the cages and more of the cells.
And then you become a real boy.
Yeah. All right. This game, you spawn in, not in the facility. You don't spawn inside.
Yeah, you're outside of it, right?
You're in a completely different area. You're outside of the prison. You're in a laboratory. There's a reason for this. And also, by the way, when you spawn in, the first thing you see is cryogenically frozen versions of the Black Ops 2 crew.
You're in the room. You're in the room from the trailer.
Yeah, which was cool. Again, story reasons why. When I finally saw the 3D models of that, because I've been reading the comics, and so the comics have been dealing with this stuff. And so when I finally got to like physically see the 3D models of all those characters in the tubes, I wanted to cry. I was like, oh, there's the thing that I've been reading about.
That you never thought they would actually like put.
Yeah, I didn't think they would. Like, I thought it was just like
the absolute mad lads did it.
They did. Fucking Jason Blundell. He's that madman.
He's a mad lad.
He really is. So you start out in there, and then I have to talk about this. So you turn on the power in that little area. It takes like 4 doors to turn on the power. It's like 3, not even like 3 doors to turn on the power. It's really quick for that area. And then you see a cage that says just simply catwalk, and there's a bunch of blood everywhere, and it's super like hellish. And that's when you know it's like, this seems like a not good door. It's free, first of all. Why is it free? You open that door, and all hell breaks loose. I almost want you guys to pause the podcast and watch it first. Watch just like the first 15 minutes of Blood of the Dead, and then come back so I can talk about it, because it's so crazy. All right, you're back. Or you didn't watch, because I know you didn't. You open that door, and all hell breaks loose. A bunch of zombies come in this tiniest catwalk of all time. It is the most narrow thing ever. It's like 1 human wide, and a bunch of zombies come at you. There are zombies in the walls that are just smacking you and take away 25 health. So they're always like, there's almost no way to dodge them. So you're always getting hit, and there's zombies in front of you, and they'll spawn behind you. And if you can get through this little catwalk thing, you enter this broken concrete thing with lava around you, and you see Brutus, the warden, outside the map, like on top of a rock, like you're watching a play or something, and he's like saying a bunch of dumb stuff, and he puts lightning down, and then dogs start coming at you. Like, dogs start spawning in. There are dogs on this map now, by the way, and zombie dogs are starting to spawn at you, and you have to rush out. And then if you can manage to survive all that. By the way, the first 3 times I played it, I died every single time I did this, because it was so. Oh man, I can finally do it without going down. It's so hard, because it happened so early on. It was in like the first like 4 rounds, and you finally get through that, and the music. The music is all hype, by the way, and the music calms down and goes back to the original Mob of the Dead music, because now you're inside Alcatraz. You're in the original spawn room, and everything's calm again. And it's such a, man, it is such a, like, there is no better, I can't even think of words to describe how amazing that presentation was of, we're going to start you out in an area you've never been before, and then put you through hell, and then calm you down. Here you go. Now you're back. Have fun. This is the map you know. And then it's just the map you know.
Really? Like, none of that's changed except for the first like lead up to get into it.
I mean, the mechanics are
like big things. Like
the layout.
Nothing as big as that stuff that you talked about.
The biggest thing is that the warden's office now opens. There's also another door open that goes to the warden's house, which is very important.
For story or for gameplay?
Story and gameplay, actually. Like there's a dog head there. Like the map layout is the same, but the order of how you do stuff from before is completely different. This is a different map. Like,
it's a remix. It's a remix.
It's I don't even know what to call it. It's different. Like, it's so different. Like, so yeah. Anyway, what do you think about that real quick though? That's what I just told you of just like how the game starts.
Wasn't that kind of I didn't remember much of Mob of the Dead. Was Mob of the Dead going for hellish stuff?
Yeah,
and that
it was all about
for looks, right? Because like everything's covered in barbed wire.
It was all
and
about
stuff.
the looks, and we didn't really know why. It just was like,
even in like the Mr. Lore people could not figure out why.
Yeah, it was all about just like the devil worshipping occult stuff, and we're like, it doesn't really fit with the theme of the actual Easter egg and stuff.
So they're actually demons. The dog heads, those are demons.
Well, now we're starting to learn the reason why all that stuff exists is because the warden himself was a devil worshiper.
Yeah, that's fine. Like, so like those dog heads are demons.
Yeah, I guess so. We don't know.
Do you think they'll, because they're introducing this map that has all this hell shit,
mm-hmm.
do you think they'll do more of that later on? Or are they just gonna drop it for this map again?
Man,
Would you be happy if they kept going with it?
No idea. I have.
Would you want something like more of like this kind of thing again?
I think the hell aesthetic should stick with the Blood of the Dead and Mob of the Dead stuff. I think it works really well in these maps, and I don't think it would translate well over from other stuff. I like I know how much you don't like the fantasy stuff, and I'm not saying I like the fantasy stuff either. But what I like about
you made your peace with it.
What I like about Jason Blundell and what he wants to do with zombies now is every map kind of has its own thing, and like really goes out there. Like, look, whatever you want to say, how silly zombies has gotten, Jason Blundell takes risks, man. That boy is a ballsy. Zombies community is one of the most like vocal, intense communities like for gaming that I'm a part of, at least. We're very like weird, and like if we don't like something, God, we will murder you. Like remember, we come from Call of Duty. Like, it's Call of Duty fans.
It's already angry people.
It's already angry enough. And so Jason Blundell will, all right, here's your favorite map of all time, Mob of the Dead. I'm going to completely change it. Have fun. You know, and
just deal with it.
Yeah. So
luckily you guys got that, and since apparently the new maps you guys don't seem to be liking too much.
Yeah, I don't like the.
Well, then
the chaos maps are whatever. But the Blood of the Dead, I could keep
even
going.
if you don't like him, you got to tell them why you don't like him, so like the next one's good.
Yeah,
and that seems like that's all they do all day. So
yeah. I mean,
it only goes up from here for those maps, for that storyline at least.
Yeah, exactly. I like what they're doing with the story. Like, the Easter egg just got solved for 9. Spoiler alert. Whatever. No one gives a shit. The main Easter egg got solved, and I guess one of the characters gets his head cut off.
Like in a cutscene?
Yeah, at the end. That's how, and then the map ends, and that's how it ends. And we're like, excuse me?
They won't die.
No.
They'll magic his head back on.
No, we know they're not dead, but it's like the way it was filmed, whatever. The way it was shot and the way it was presented was like kind of dramatic and weird. It was like, this is off.
Like Mob of the Dead's ending was weird, where it was like, it had like an actual ending.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this doing here?
Yeah, Voyage and 9 also have actual endings.
That's fucked up.
I like that. I like map Easter eggs because that's another thing too. I think the way they're making these maps now, and I'm almost done. The way they're making these maps too is less about here's the map where you can just run around and see how long you can get. It's here's a set of objectives to do. See how many objectives you can get, and if you can do them all, you're done. If not, you die. Like that's how I play zombies now.
This is a weird parallel, but you know what that reminds me of?
Oh.
Remember, Treyarch used to make Tony Hawk games.
They did.
Remember Tony Hawk games?
I did.
The old ones, the ones they didn't make.
Yeah.
Where it was you have like 3 minutes, do as much as you can.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that.
It's that, but like way more intense.
Where it's like you have options, you have a time, you want to have a lot of it, but do whatever you can. It reminds me of that kind of like gameplay style.
All right, and I want to talk about a couple more things, and then I'm out. They added a new game mode called Zombie Rush, which is a I don't even know. I don't. There's a genre name for this type of game, and I don't know the name of it. See if you can help me. It's like a points multiplayer game where like you start in an area.
Oh, Mercenaries mode from Resident Evil games.
Okay,
where it was just here's a bunch of weapons, make the points and do combo.
Yeah, and
those modes are the shit.
And the maps open up as you go along, and more points you get and stuff like that. And the way it works is it's actually really fast and it's really fun and really hard. So
Mercenaries modes are the best. I love those.
It'll start you in the beginning of the map, right? Like, okay, defend this area. And then once you kill the zombies, it'll say, all right, now go to this part of the map. All the doors are open to get there. Go to that part. And it's a score attack mode. And then it closes. And here's the fun part. It closes off all the areas around you, and you have to stay in that room. Sometimes it closes you out in the tiniest areas where it's like, all right, here's like 50 zombies. Survive in this tiny room. It's so fun. And Jason keeps saying it's built for like a co-op challenge thing where it's like who can get the most points because you can steal other people's points and stuff. Kind of like grief mode, but less dumb.
Is that one just like just score until you die?
That's all this is. It's score until you die, which I love. Because
that makes sense because what were the other leaderboards for zombies? How many rounds can you get?
Oh, if you're talking about grief mode, what it used to be? Grief mode used to be a team of 4 versus a team of 4 in a smaller version of the map. And you have to see who gets the farthest. It wasn't good. It wasn't completely fleshed out yet. This is more of a like refined what that could have been. Where it's all right, here it's completely different. I mean, like
except it's an AI director doing it like it's Left 4 Dead or something.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's
that seems more in line with what Call of Duty's games
another cool thing too is like since these maps are really long and tedious, it's kind of a fun way to go. It's like I want to play Blood, but I really don't want to play Blood. You know what I mean? It's like you can just play Zombie Rush. Like, all right, just go, just have fun.
It's Call of Dutying zombies.
Yeah,
where it's giving you the get in, get out mode.
Yeah.
Which is a really smart gameplay idea.
It's super good. And
Call of Duty things like, it's like, you're meant to play like an hour or play 10 minutes.
Yep.
But Zombies was never that.
No,
Zombies it was I'm going to play for 3 hours or 10 minutes and get mad and just leave.
Yeah, that's what Zombies always has been. So this is like a good
So that would alienate a lot of players because there's no like, I just want to like pop in, pop out.
Zombie rushes for that. And then the last game thing that they changed, they added a custom menu for zombies now.
Yeah, the modifier stuff.
So the zombie
did they have in World War II?
I don't know. No, not at all. I remember Black Ops 3 when they're announcing it, Jason said that this was going to be the most customizable zombies ever, and then it came out and it really wasn't. I had a feeling that they wanted to, but the ideas just weren't ready. This is what they wanted. Man, I really didn't think that it would adjust this much. You can adjust to the level of how many zombies will spawn at once. How many you can adjust. Here's the crazy thing. You can adjust how close zombies will be from each other. So how big of a group they'll come to you. You can adjust how much health you have, how much damage your weapons do compared to the zombies. You can damage how much the zombies will scale depending on the rounds. You can adjust every single little facet of the game for you.
That's pretty cool.
And it's really just tools for.
That's it for people like you.
No, I won't you because you don't level up for anything for those.
You can have the progress.
All the Easter eggs are disabled for those. Like those are just for like exploring the maps, really. But it's fascinating. I like how they're there.
Well, I meant for like people like you who will play solo forever, but like it's like, hey, here's my settings. This really interesting way to play this map. Do it like this, and just give them to people.
I can see myself going into it like in 3 years when I've already played all the maps and I'm bored. Like it's like I still want to go back to these maps, but I don't want to play them the right way anymore. Mm-hmm. I'll do this.
You want a gimmick way, but like, oh, if someone made fun settings for it, I'll just take theirs. Like stuff like that is really cool.
Jason was saying how
they should make those shareable. Honestly, those settings should be shareable.
They are. I think. I'm pretty sure they are. Yeah.
Like they're a code. Yeah. Or something?
No. I'm like 90% sure like they are.
Good because those should be. That's what it's kind of designed for.
Yeah.
It sounds like.
Like when you're like. You can like because he was saying how you can upload like your stats to leaderboard and people can see exactly what
because community shit is
what
use. That. Honestly, for UI and gameplay modes, Zombies has lacked community in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and so this is really
it has all been done by fans, and that's bullshit.
Yeah,
they haven't been met halfway.
Well,
in terms of gameplay, they haven't been met halfway.
Here's another cool stuff because you know how like there's always like YouTubers always doing like first room challenge or box only challenge or whatever challenge.
Like how we're gonna get with like this Gwen gun.
Yeah, all those challenges are now in the game. Like you can act like they're actual.
See, Call of Duty did that with every other game mode but Zombies.
Yeah, they're actually like really like here you go. There's actually a thing where you get this amount of XP or these points for actually staying in the room, like only staying in the spawn room. See how far you can get. That's actually a thing.
That sounds fun.
Yeah,
that would maybe be if I ever did play Zombies, I'd only ever play that mode.
Oh,
because default Zombies or that like I don't ever want to play that score attack mode. Honestly,
or
maybe like a random mod one because I don't like default Zombies.
The closest thing I can think of was the arcade mode for Doom. For 2016 Doom.
Yeah, it's a score attack.
It's exactly. It looks exactly like same thing too, where you kill zombie and it drops like giant score. Things.
And I like games like that.
Yeah, it looks so out of place, but whatever. Like it's super silly and
when it's snappy arcade-y enough in Call of Duty's gameplay, that's fine enough.
Yeah, it's super cool. So there you go. That's my review of Black Ops 4. It's really good. God,
his review.
I know. I love it.
His unbiased.
My unbiased review of Black Ops 4. His unbiased,
loving, throbbing erection for Black Ops 4.
Yeah. So there you go. That's all I can talk about for now. God, if you want to talk to me about zombie stuff, you know where to find me on the internet. God, what was I going to say?
Playing Black Ops 4, not talking to anybody.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing Black Ops 4.
Pretty much.
That's where you'll find him.
I will most likely play when I'm done here.
What do you mean most likely? You will. What are you talking about? Why are you lying to the audience?
I also got a book I got like 5 books I got to read.
Audiobooks exist.
But not for that.
Books are eternal. Video games only last for such a long amount of time. Remember, someday the multiplayer will go away. That book will not.
It could. I could burn it. Here's
humans can die. Books can die, but not as easy.
Books don't bleed.
Because you can make copies of them much easier than like
here's something that sucks. I don't know if it's like this on console, but on PC for sure. Online only everything. The game will not start if you're not
That's for everything.
Okay.
I've heard that complaint.
I hate it.
I don't know if they're going to get rid of that.
Because my computer likes to disconnect from the Wi-Fi a lot. And
I heard that complaint when somebody was playing it on PS4. Like, yeah, you have to be online to do shit. It's annoying.
Like, I literally could not even. It'll give you your initial splash screen and then it connects to online before it even gets into the game. There's no option for offline mode. That is bad.
Thanks, Blizzard.
Yeah, that's probably
maybe
Activision.
I don't know.
That's just an Activision thing. I doubt it's Treyarch because Treyarch.
Well, Activision Blizzard.
It was never like that before, so it definitely is like a new. Hey, we got to do this now because other games like that or whatever. All right. Anyways,
sacrifice for being on this better client and being better optimized for the PC.
Fuck, we didn't talk about it as much as I wanted to. Whatever. Zombies is fun. Bye.